Hello, my name is Chloe. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you yet another excessive book haul. So this is my August book haul and I have 16 books to talk to you about, which is nothing like the 50 book hauls we've had in the past, and I could probably lift all these up without straining too much. But still, there are a lot here that are from you lovely, lovely people, and I'm so grateful. So I still wanted to film a monthly book haul and show you all of these goodies. So first of all, we had 2 pre-orders that I made. These are 2 of the 4 pre-orders that I've made this year. I'm really not a pre-order sort of person. As soon as I knew these were coming out, I had to get my hands on them. So the first one is The Kissing Booth 3, One Last Time by Beth Reckles. And if you saw the vlog where I got this one, I am actually a bit disappointed in how this has all turned out. So previously, the Kissing Booth books were just written by Beth and then Netflix adapted them to a film. This one's a little bit different, where the book is more based on the film than the other way around. And I'm a little disappointed in that. I didn't know that when I bought the book, but obviously I was going to finish the series anyway. I did want to read this as soon as I got it, but I haven't reread book number 2 yet because it's about a long distance relationship, and mentally I don't feel like I can do that right now without some definite answers of when I'll be seeing my boyfriend again, because there is a lot in there that I read before I saw Cole in 2020 that broke me as a human. And that was before we'd done 18 months apart. So haven't reread that, want to jump onto this one soon, but I feel like it's going to be a little bit more of a wait. The other pre-order I got was The Heart Principle by Helen Hoang. So I pre-ordered this as soon as I knew it was going to be a book. This is the 3rd companion novel from the Kiss Quotient series. I absolutely loved The Kiss Quotient and The Bride Test, both 5 stars, so I have absolutely no doubts that this one will be too. This one is about Anna, who accidentally achieves career success with a viral YouTube video. She finds herself overwhelmed trying to live up to it, and when her boyfriend of 5 years announces that he wants an open relationship, a hurt and angry Anna decides to embark on a string of one-night stands. The more unacceptable the men, the better. Enter tattooed motorcycle riding Kwon. Their first attempt at a one-night stand fails, as does their second and their third, because being with Kwon is about more than sex. But when tragedy strikes Anna's family, she takes on a role that threatens to destroy her. Now Anna and Kwon have to fight for their chance at love, but to do that they also have to fight for themselves. I can't wait. Next is a book I was sent by a publisher, and this one is very exciting. This is Dancing with the Octopus by Deborah Harding. This is a true crime story. I actually was in contact with them about providing copies for my book club, so that has been done, and there are 3 copies of this book that I'm giving away to members of my book club. If you do not know, I'm sure you do by now, I run a book club called Chloe's Crime Scene Corner, where we read true crime non-fictions and dark fictions such as horror and thrillers. So this one is a true crime story about Deborah Harding herself. When she was 14, she was abducted at knife point, thrown into a van, assaulted, held for ransom, and left to die. But what if this wasn't the most traumatic, defining event in her childhood? So I think this one's going to be a very heavy read, and I cannot wait to read it with my book club. I have not announced which month this is going to be yet, but hold fire for a couple more weeks, and then you will get the announcement video for November, December, and January's picks. Next, moving on to the gifts from you lovely humans. The first one we have here is Rainbow Grey by Laura Ellen Anderson, which was gifted to me by the lovely Joe, so thank you so much, Joe. Obviously I've already thanked you, but thank you so much again. This is a middle grade book that I will be reading in November, hopefully, for Believeathon. But this says, the world needs a rainbow like never before. 10-year-old Ray Gray wishes she had magic like her friends. Life in the Weatherlands just isn't the same without it. But then a forbidden trip to Earth turns everything Ray thought she knew about herself upside down. Ray must dig deep to find her inner power, battle new enemies, and let her true colours shine. So I've managed to find him straight away a couple of times now, but where is he gonna be? It took me some time this time, but we have a wild Gavin. I cannot wait to read this book, so thank you so much, Joe, for gifting it to me. We then have some gifts from the lovely Sue. The first one she sent me was Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon, and I could not believe how short this one is. It is so short compared to the rest of her works. It's under 300 pages, but Nicola Yoon has written The Sun Is Also a Star and Everything Everything, which I did not like The Sun Is Also a Star, but I loved Everything. So I'm hoping this ends up on the love side of the scale. This says, if Evie Thomas knows one thing, it's that love doesn't last. When she sees a couple kiss, she gets a vision of their whole relationship, from the moment they catch each other's eye to the last bitter moments of their breakup. It's more than enough reason for her to keep boys at arm's length. But then at La Brea dance studio, she meets X, tall, dreadlocked, fascinating, and as they dance around and towards each other, Evie finds herself wondering if, after all, love might just be worth the risk. And sounds so cute. She also sent me Ace of Spades by, I'm going to give this my best to go, Farida Abike Iamede. I will definitely double check the pronunciation because I did check and I've forgotten, and that's my best go. So I will get it right. But this is, actually, I know nothing about it. It's dark academia. It says, welcome to Nevis Private Academy, where money paves the hallways and the students are never less than perfect. Until now, because anonymous texter Aces is bringing two students' dark secrets to light. Talented musician Devon buries himself in rehearsals, but he can't escape the spotlight when his private photos go public. Head girl Chiamaka isn't afraid to get what she wants, but soon everyone will know the price she's paid for power. Someone is out to get them both, someone who holds all the aces, and they're planning much more than a high school game. I am very excited to read this one. It is quite chunky though, but I know a lot of people have been picking this one up lately, so I'm sure the reviews are going to come rolling in, and I am putting it off ever so slightly, but I will get there. Next we have some gifts from the lovely Claire. She sent me 2 books by one author, which is Christopher Berry D. And the first one we have is Talking with Serial Killers, World's Most Evil. And this says, journey deeper into the darkest of minds. In this one, the best-selling author delves deeper still into the gloomy underworld of killers and their crimes. He examines the shocking detail and clarity, the lives and lies of people who have killed, and shines a light on the motives behind their horrific crimes. So I have read one of Christopher Berry D's books before. I listened to the audiobook and I remember thinking I would much prefer it in the physical format because I didn't really like the narrator, but I feel like this one's going to give me much more. I have actually just skimmed by doing that, and there are case studies. So we have John Wayne Michael Gacy, Kenneth Alessio Bianchi, I don't think I know who that is, should I? William George Aarons, no idea. John David Cannon, Patricia Wright. How do I only know Gacy? I love true crime, but I don't recognise the names. Maybe I need to get to this one sooner than I thought. The other one she gave me is Dead Men Talking, which is a whopper of a book in size comparison. So this one is leading crime expert Christopher Berry D gained the trust of some of the most infamous convicted killers, having corresponded with them and even entered their prison lairs to discuss their horrific crimes in detail. In this book, he presents 6 unforgettable prisoners and allows them to tell their stories, as well as giving the details and background of their terrifying cases, making this a must-read for aficionados of the genre and anyone fascinated by the extremes of human behaviour. So I can see the one I read Talking with Psychopaths and Savages Beyond Evil, and that didn't have like case studies, so I struggled with it a little bit more because it was so broad, I think. But in here we have, I think I only know one of these, but it is John Edward Robinson, known as the Slave Master, Menely Lynn McGuire, the Ice Queen, Philip Carl Jablonski, which just says I have no remorse in speech marks, Keith Hunter Jesperson, the Happy Face Killer, Viva Leroy Nash, the oldest man on death row, and the one that I recognise, Michael Bruce Ross, the Roadside Strangler. So very, very excited to pick this one up. Again, with the case studies, I feel like it's going to be much easier for me to like pick one and really, really focus in on them. And ooh, creepy prison photos. We love it. Oh, the other book that Claire got me, because she didn't stop there, she also gave me Whisper Down the Lane by Clay McLeod Chapman. This is an ARC copy and it came out in April of this year. It just says horror. And I'm not going to go through it again because I read the back of this when I hauled the book and it didn't really give me a lot. We've got Richard, married to Tamara, we've got a son Elijah, live in Virginia. The body of a rabbit ritualistically murdered appears on the school grounds. And then we've got Sean, who's 5, just moved to Greenfield, Virginia. Sean's school sends a letter to the parents revealing that Sean's favourite teacher is under investigation. 30 years later, someone is here to remind Richard that they remember what Sean did. So yeah, I'm a little bit confuddled by the back of it. I feel like it's going to make much more sense, and there are like interview scripts. Transcripts is what I mean. So very intrigued. Next, we have a gift from the lovely Laura. She sent me It's My Life by Stacey Ramey. And this one just sounds absolutely amazing. This is about Jenna, who has cerebral palsy. She's never let it get down, but when she discovers that her condition was actually caused by an injury, she's furious with her parents who withheld the truth. And as they push her to yet another difficult procedure, Jenna feels the control over her own life starting to slip away. Enter Julian, Jenna's childhood crush. He's just moved back to town and he's struggling in school, so Jenna reaches out to him anonymously to help. Soon their conversations are about so much more than class, and it just sounds so nice. And this is one of those matte feel books, and it's just, oh, it's gorgeous to hold, and I'm so glad I own it. Thank you again, Laura. Technically another book from Laura that I was saving till the book swap portion, but she also gave me When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandia Menon, and this was one through the Facebook group that Laura runs. She was doing a book swap and I claimed this book. I have wanted to read this for the longest time and just never ever got round to it. I won't go too much into it because I feel like it's a genuine booktube darling, but it's a YA contemporary back from 2017. It was all the rage. Like, go 3 years deep in videos and you will see this in nearly everyone's hands. But yeah, YA contemporary about Dimple and Rishi. The final gift I got here, which was just such an amazing gift, is Diver's Heart by K.A. Knight, and this was from Nina. So Nina sent me this one because of her interest in diving. It says, diving is my passion and I was delighted to see this on your wish list. And this is about, I don't actually know the main character's name. She's interested in someone called Tyler, but what is her name? Peyton, who first met Tyler when she was 17. All it took was one summer to fall in love with him, but I fell hard, too hard, and not just for him. A series of bad choices and actions causes me to leave him and our family behind. I have to find myself once again, and to do that I must dive deep. At 24, I'm a world-class diver and explorer, one of the best. But when my new job collides with my past, will we be able to work together, especially with the stakes so high? If you're recognising the name and you can't really work out who it is, K.A. Knight wrote Den of Vipers, and I am so intrigued to see what she has for us in this book. And finally, would it be a Chloe Reads Books haul if we didn't talk about BookSwap? I got 4 books off BookSwap this month and I'm very excited to dive into all of them. I have 2 from the same author, the first one being Slammed by Colleen Hoover. This is a more backlist Colleen Hoover book from 2012. I have read Verity. I think it still holds up as my favourite book of the year. And I've also read All Your Perfects, which was pretty good, and I have It Ends With Us, which I want to read. So this one, we will see what it's like. This is about Laken, whose father has died suddenly. Mother gets a job which leads to an unwanted move across the country, and her new neighbour is the very attractive Will Cooper, who is interested in slam poetry. The two feel an irresistible attraction but are rocked to the core when a shocking revelation brings their romance to a screeching halt. And I just feel like this is going to be a really good time. Continuing on from that, we have Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. Dark secrets, devastating truths, and an all-consuming love, which is at Sky and Dean. Not going to read too much into it. I don't want to keep reading out descriptions, but a trashy Colleen Hoover. Next, one that I did not think I would pick up, but I'm so excited to own now, and that is The Sad Ghost Club by Liza Meddings. And this is a graphic novel about a sad ghost. It says, this is not a sad story, though it begins with a struggle and anxious, swirling thoughts, but sometimes even the worst of days can surprise you. Join the Sad Ghost Club and find your kindred spirits. You are not alone. And I just think it looks adorable. I will try and show you, like, I'll go from the first couple of pages so I'm not doing any massive spoilers. Okay, we'll just go from the front page. Like, I think that's just such an interesting, is it focusing? I believe it is. I feel that's such an interesting style, and I can't wait to quickly read this. I feel like it's gonna be such a quick one, and maybe I will squeeze it in October. And the final book I have here is one that I've had on my wish list for a while, but I'm very daunted by it, so I found it on BookSwap and grabbed it. That is The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. I've heard great things, but I still don't think I quite understand what it's about. I'm not going to reread the whole blurb again. I did that in my weekly reading vlog, but it says 4 witches, 4 warnings, 4 plagues, and the first had come upon them, the year of the witching. We have Shauna Maguire says it's beautiful. S.A. Chakraborty says it's thrillingly bracing. Fonda Lee says it's creepy, compelling and compulsively readable. Everyone seems to love it, and I would like to too. So there we have it. That is my book haul for the month. A much smaller book haul than I'm used to, but are you guys proud of me? I've definitely not stuck to a book buying ban. I have a lot more books on the way from BOOKSWAP. I have a pre-order that's coming in the next couple days. So I think my September haul is going to be chunky, especially as I have some secret little booktube meetups in my brain. Again, if you've made it to the end of this video, you must be one of my loyal supporters, so you will know by now that I still don't know whether I'm going to be seeing Cole in September, which if I'm not seeing Cole, I will be buying lots of books to fill my emotional void. If I am seeing Cole, I'll be going to American thrift stores and finding a lot of bargains, hopefully. So yeah, that is my plan for September. I am assuming my September haul is going to be quite something. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have read any of these books and absolutely loved them. I would be very excited to hear from you. But on that note, I am gonna say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.